It's hard for me to choose my favorite wrestler. I want them all. It's Raining Man, hallelujah. There are so many great wrestlers, and it's so hard to choose my favorite, so I ask your help on Twitter. So here's how it works. You give me 2 wrestlers, and I have to decide which one I like more. And it's gonna be tough because I like them all. Except Nia. Except Nia Jax. Seth Rollins or Kenny Omega? Not really a tough one. I mean, I like Kenny Omega, but Seth Rollins is on a whole different level. I think he's more entertaining. Who's better in the ring? I'm not quite sure. I like Seth Rollins more when it comes to the character. So Seth Rollins. Santino or James Ellsworth? This is an easy one. Obviously Santino Marella. Not only Santino Marella is one of the most entertaining WWE personalities we ever got, he also had a unibrow. And James Ellsworth is a piece of shit, so he shouldn't even be in a conversation. Santino. Edge or Orton would be a good one. I mean, dude, I love Randy Orton. I love Edge. 2 of my favorites of all time. But the only reason I'll pick Randy Orton is because Randy Orton is my first favorite WWE superstar of all time. I started watching because of Randy Orton, and I'm gonna choose Randy Orton. But Edge is very close. Primo or Vladimir Kozlov? Nah, we don't play like that. We don't play like that. That's like asking left boob or right boob. There's no right answer. Which ass cheek you prefer? Vladimir Kozlov and Primo are some of the most important WWE superstars of all time, so it's not like asking, oh, who's your favorite, The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin? Easy. This one, I can't answer. I cannot answer. I don't know. I just have no idea. Frick it, you know what? This is gonna be the only tie in this video, I promise. Both. Christian and Chris Jericho. Love them both. Christian is one of the most underrated WWE superstars of all time. You guys know that. Every time Christian gets mentioned, people say that because that's the truth. But Chris Jericho, man, he's on a whole different level. Just the ability to have so many different characters, still be entertaining as fuck. Let's be honest, people, this guy is a wrestling genius. So even though I love Christian, I'm a peep, I'm gonna have to choose Chris Jericho. Hornswoggle or Baby Kane? Ugh! Oh no, again with these tough questions? You're stressing me out, you're making me nervous. Here's the thing about Baby Kane. He's a big guy, you know Kane, big red machine guy who spits fire out of his ass, but he's small, and that's better. But then you have Hornswoggle, you know, who's a pioneer of small in WWE. I'm gonna have to choose Hornswoggle. Nia Jax or. I choose or. Nia Jax or Eva Marie. Eva Marie. Eva Marie. If you compare Nia Jax to Eva Marie all of a sudden becomes my favorite wrestler of all time. All of a sudden, she's having 5-star matches. Eva Marie. AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan? A tough one. A very tough one. If I'm being honest, I have no idea. I have no idea. So, I like them equally. But let's think about it this way. Who had most memorable moments that I appreciate, matches that I appreciate? I'm gonna have to go with Daniel Bryan because this whole WrestleMania 30 run was just unbelievable, and even though AJ Styles had some memorable moments, awesome moments, nothing tops that. El Torito or Giant Gonzalez? This just blew my mind, wow. El Torito and Giant Gonzalez are like the same person, but one is big and the other is small. I'm trying to imagine myself standing in the middle. I'm the penis of Giant Gonzalez and El Torito is the penis of mine. Wow. I'm gonna have to go with El Torito. I'm gonna be honest, people. Undertaker's worst WrestleMania match is by far The Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. But the guy never shaved his pubes. I appreciate that. That is, wow. Cena or Okada? You can see this person clearly doesn't know me that well, because when I'm reading these, I'm like, okay, you guys got me, you know, Christian or Chris Jericho, Randy or Edge. You people know me. Obviously John Cena. Hulk Hogan or The Undertaker? I mean, I'm not a Hulk Hogan hater. I think he did a lot to the WWE. He put WWE on the map. He's great. I think he's kinda underrated by the internet wrestling community. I mean, it was never really that bad. I think most of his matches were entertaining at the time. The Undertaker, though, is on a whole different level. He actually is an amazing wrestler and had so many memorable moments, matches, might be the greatest wrestler of all time. So obviously, The Undertaker. Dolph Ziggler or CM Punk? You can see this person knows me really well. I like both very much. I would say equally, but again, we're gonna have to use the moment strategy because I have no idea who to choose. When it comes to moments, yes, I love Dolph Ziggler's cash-in. One of my favorite moments of all time, my favorite cash-in actually. Might be an unpopular opinion. But CM Punk just had way too many good moments, like, dude. So I'm gonna have to go with CM Punk. Finn Balor or Ricochet? Like, I'm a fan, but they're not my favorite wrestlers. Wouldn't put them in like top 10. I mean, Ricochet is way more fun to watch in the ring. Finn Balor is okay-ish. Was never a huge fan. I don't know who to choose. I guess Finn Balor. Randy Orton or John Cena? I think John Cena is great, but ever since I was a kid, we were watching WWE on television. Everyone is rooting for John Cena, you know. He's the face of the company. You can see me. He's the tough guy. He's a good guy. I was always rooting for Randy Orton. He was my favorite, so Randy Orton. Jeff Hardy or AJ Styles? Love them both, but if I would have to choose, I guess I would go with Jeff Hardy. The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin? The toughest question in wrestling history because no one can decide because they're so damn good. Both of them. So, dude, I mean, I'm called the Great One, so I guess I'm gonna have to choose The Rock because you could put that guy in any situation, he's gonna make it entertaining. I'm not saying Stone Cold Steve Austin couldn't. Just by a tiny pubic hair, I'm gonna have to go with The Rock. The Great Khali or Ryback? You know what? I'm gonna be honest, The Great Khali. Ryback wasn't a great wrestler, he wasn't a terrible wrestler, but he's a very stupid man, you know, so I'm gonna have to go with The Great Khali. And no one can sing Happy Birthday like The Great Khali. Like, dude, my perfect birthday would be me sitting with 2 pizzas and hearing The Great Khali singing in front of me. Happy birthday, dude. Chris Jericho or Shawn Michaels? Shawn is great, Shawn is awesome, but I'm gonna have to go with Chris Jericho. Cody or Moxley? Cody is awesome, I like Cody, but I do prefer Jon Moxley a lot more. Miz or Morrison? If you asked that question in 2016, I would say The Miz, obviously. Right now, John Morrison gives me some of the most entertaining spots in the match. Like at first, during his first 2 months in the WWE. Now he's getting swashed in every match and he's losing it. But I'm gonna have to go with John Morrison. This guy is so much fun in the ring. Braun Strowman or The Big Show? How is that even a question? Who on the right mind would pick Strowman? Strowman over Big Show? The Big Show has to be one of the greatest big men in the WWE. Very underrated, actually. One of my favorite WWE matches is actually Sheamus versus The Big Show. If you haven't seen that, make sure to watch it. The build was terrible. You know, who's stronger? Giant, well, the first, or the bro kick fella, well, and they fought for the World Heavyweight Championship, but this story in a match was actually awesome. I really like that match, make sure to watch that. Big E or Sheamus? I mean, I like Big E, I love the New Day, but Sheamus, I do prefer. AJ Styles or Kenny? I mean, AJ Styles. Kenny is awesome, you know, but he's not AJ Styles. You know, I'm not that big of a fan of Kenny. I think he's awesome. I like him. But I wouldn't put him in the greatest wrestler list of all time. The reigning, defending Divas Champion, The Great One or Primo? I am awesome, aren't I? Getting compared to Primo is like a dream come true. I appreciate that. But you know what? Even me, myself, us, I cannot put myself. It's hard for me to even mention myself in the same sentence as the almighty Primo. You know? I'm obviously going with Primo. Buddy Murphy or Angel Garza? I mean, Angel Garza is awesome. They're pretty close, in my opinion. I would have to go with Buddy Murphy though. I think he had some of the best matches in 2018, I think, against Reigns, Ali, and Daniel Bryan. Lars Sullivan or Ryback? Oh, dude. Ugh, why would you do this to me? Would it be fair if I would choose Michael Cole? I guess I'll choose Ryback because that kiss is memorable. I don't know. Ryback. Epico or Nia Jax? Dude, come on! Are you serious? Are you serious? Epico is possibly, yes, he is in the top 5 WWE wrestlers of all time. And I'm not even talking about Nia Jax. I'll never talk about Nia Jax. Ever. Can't even mention Nia Jax near me. Epico. John Moxley or Drew McIntyre? A tough one, very close. But right now, at this moment, I'm gonna have to choose Drew McIntyre. And let's end this with Kane or The Undertaker. I mean, people will say, well, it's obvious. Obviously, The Undertaker. Kane is just there. He was ruined. I mean, yes, my pick is still The Undertaker. But it's very close. I do believe Kane is very underrated because he actually changed his character over time way more than The Undertaker, and he was very entertaining. The only unfortunate thing is he lost too many matches, and somewhere along the way WWE ruined him. But his personality changes, character changes, close to Jericho actually, you know? And that's it for this video. Next time I'll make something similar, maybe with arenas or gimmicks or championships or theme songs or anything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.